Hey, y'all, say y'all. Peace and Palo Santo 6. Merry New Year. Hope everybody's feeling good. Feeling good, not making no unreasonable expectation New Year's resolutions. Stressing yourself out. Letting this, oh, it's January 1st, it's January 2nd, I have to be on. Look, the New Year starts when spring starts. The end. January to March can absolutely look like you still cleaning out energy from 2023. So be graceful with yourself, be gentle with yourself, and be patient with yourself. Nothing is a race. And don't get so caught up in the social media or what everybody else is doing. Like, I'm telling you, when I went to Planet Fitness today, I called it Club Planet Fitness. It was packed. And don't get me wrong, I'm encouraging to anybody who wants to start a good routine, but it's just a lot of energy that isn't really working in everybody's favor, so to speak. When you take into account, you don't have much sunlight to feed off of. It's really not warm outside. You don't really hear the birds chirping because they ain't around unless you live. I'm sure I talk to people who are all over the place, but here in good old Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, it's cold. It's gray. It gets dark at like 4:30. It's just seasonal depression is at an all-time high. It's just a lot of things that isn't the greatest energy to try to start something new or start a new routine, so to speak. But anywho, let's see what's going on. Oh, I didn't even say I need to speak with my ancestors. All right. First, I just want to welcome and call into my divine ancestors and divine spirit guides into my sacred space to help me channel these messages. Please just block out any interferences as I get these messages across and protect my space. Any dark magic, evil eye being sent my way or to the way of the collective, I just ask that you return it back to sender, magnified, and bind it to them. Any dark magic or evil eye being sent my way or to the way of my platform, I ask that you return it back to sender, magnify, and bind it to them. Ashe, Ashe, and Ashe. Alright, let's see what's going on. Protect and activate my third eye, my crown chakra, and protect and activate my third chakra so that I can accurately interpret the messages that come out today. Thank you so much, Spirit. Ashe. Y'all, I burnt the heck out of myself before I hit record. I sure did. And it's starting to tingle. Let's see what's going on. All right. Focus on you until your soulmate comes in. First two cards we have is focus on you. And then we have soulmate. Tell me more, Spirit. Soulmate. So you're possibly leaving behind a karmic partner. Most people are, honestly. It's just a communication coming soon. So karmic partner, karmic just showed itself. It's very possible that there's a karmic partner that may try to reach out to you before this retrograde is over. I think it's to the 13th, y'all. Not 100. I need to look it up and see. Too many came out at one time. Alright, tell me more, Spirit. Twin flame. Yo, every time I see the twin flame card, I'm just drained. Because twin flame unions it's so much. It's just so much. So, communication coming soon. You're going to have an option between a twin flame and a soulmate, or you could have actually had a situation where you were with a twin flame and you decided that you didn't want to continue the journey with your twin flame, and maybe you're looking for a soulmate. I don't know. We have I'm depressed without you. Okay. Tell me more, Spirit. That's in alignment with this reading and this energy. One month karmic lesson. So you got out of the energy. You got out of the energy of whoever this person was that was a karmic lesson, and you're focusing on yourself. And wow, you're focusing on yourself. This person has been depressed without you. We also have 1 month that came up. So it's a possibility this person may try to reach out to you within 1 month. Tell me more, Spirit. I'm struggling to find my way. Oh. And that fell right up under the twin flame. Bet. Okay. So I see it now. All right. So prioritize self-care on the back of the deck. So what I'm getting, because one thing about the twin flame journey that people have to understand, I know the ultimate thing is that everybody wants to be in union with their twin flame, and that is you know, that would be great. That's definitely ideal. It's ideal to be, to be in union with your twin flame. However, the twin flame contract, we all have free will. So you can be the twin in the dynamic who's doing the inner work, who's doing the healing, while your other twin is still in a karmic cycle. It still has karmic lessons to learn. So what I'm thinking is, what I feel is, you could have been in a union with your twin flame who just didn't want to get it together, and you finally have got to the point where you surrender to the process, which is honestly the goal. The goal is to surrender from the process, is to surrender from the timeline of when we'll end up together, if we'll end up together, because it's really all about you coming into union with yourself. So it teaches you so much about yourself. I'll just be perfectly honest. I do go back and forth if I was with a twin flame or if I was with a false twin. Not 100% sure, but it's very possible. I could have been with a twin flame and he just wasn't in a space to actually awaken in this lifetime, and that can be a possible. It's possible that you and your twin just may not come into union within this lifetime. You may come together to learn a great deal of lessons, but ultimately the success of a twin flame union is based off of mutual healing. So if one person is doing the inner work and the other person is not, the union will not work. You will keep repelling each other. Like, that's just how it goes. So your twin at this time they're struggling to find their way. They're struggling to find their way. Karma's probably whooping their ass. They probably are getting hit with karmic lessons left to right. And, they're just having a hard time trying to find their way. But you may be getting some type of communication from them. For some of you, you have made the decision that, you know what, the twin flame journey has just come with a little bit too much turmoil and heartache for you. And you feel like you would be in a better situation if you could be with a soulmate versus a twin flame. It is absolutely possible to have more than one soul contract at the same time. Just like your twin can have a contract with you, but still also have a contract with a karmic partner. That is possible. The same way you can have. She's a paid extra, my cat Jojo. But you can also have a contract with a twin flame and a soulmate. We all have free will. So You can have, you can absolutely have overlapping contracts. Like you could have met your twin while they still had karmic debt to pay back. So, you know, just different things to take into account when, you know, you're on these, in these particular soul contracts, and soul journeys. You know, everybody thinks, well, twin flame means I have to be together, or we are meant to be together, and it is ideal, but it is possible that it won't happen. And to just, you know, bear in mind, all twin flame relationships are not romantic. Your twin flame can be your cousin. You get what I'm saying? Your twin flame can be your child. So, because it's all about, it's all about, you know, it's all about the soul. It's not always romantic in nature. So just, you know, keep that in mind. Anyway, it says, I'm settling. So your twin can be in a relationship with somebody else that they're settling for. A lot of people are. One thing I'm learning, I've learned to see, and I really do hate this for people. I feel like, one, social media is really destroying relationships single-handedly. And two, I also feel like there are a lot of people who are not in connections that consist of genuine love. They're in connections based off of attachments. There's a lot of trauma bond relationships as well. A lot of people are trauma bonding, but there's a lot of people who end up, rather it's a situation where, you know, you were in a relationship with somebody that you genuinely loved, but, you know, I do believe in right person, wrong time. And maybe this person just isn't getting their, you know, isn't getting their act together. And you're forced to have to, based off of it just not being in alignment with your growth and where you're trying to go in your life, you have to release this person and therefore end up settling for somebody else who isn't actually the love of your life, but treats you good and makes you happy. And then you have, on the flip side, you have people who was with the person of was with the love of their life, and they jeopardized it. They sabotaged the connection, and now they have to settle for somebody else just based off a default of they can't have who they want. Sad, but I'm seeing it more and more. Like, it just seems that I'm seeing it more and more. There are like, I think a lot of people are in marriages right now in love with somebody else, but they just had to settle for something else because they don't have access to the person they want to be with. Sad, but it is what it is. So we have self-discovery. So you and this person, I mean, if you are a twin, you will marry each other in certain ways. You and your twin, I do believe the soulmate is somebody that you may have possibly not met yet. Or you could have, because honestly, we have multiple soulmates in our lifetimes. But you know, your twin right now, and maybe the both of you are finally, you know, in a place of self-discovery, of really trying to understand and know yourselves on a deeper level. So you may end up meeting this soulmate within the next month, is what I'm hearing too. Missing you like hell. Yeah, your twin is going through it. So, that's what's going on. Your twin is missing you like hell right now. And maybe you're missing them too, you know? But you actually could have learned a karmic lesson from your twin, because your twin is in karmic energy. And your twin is also probably learning a karmic lesson somewhere with a karmic, possibly. I'm not as happy as I make it seem. And trying to tie up loose ends. And that's right under karmic lesson. So your twin, when you all separated, they could have got themselves in some situations, whether it been a relationship, it could be a child. They could have got themselves in some type of legal trouble, whatever it may be. It seems as if your twin wants to reach out to you, but they're in karmic energy. And they it's like they don't want to come in the same way that they left out. So I don't think your twin could have reached out to you already, actually. That's what I'm feeling. It's like they're trying to tie up loose ends, but they're struggling. They're struggling to find their way. Oh man, this is actually a little sad. They're drinking heavily. Right after it says, not learning from karmic lesson, bound to repeat cycle. This gives me the, like how I was getting in the last reading where it was saying push and pull energy. And flip and switch the roles they apply to your situation, because I can be talking about you or someone who's in your energy, knowingly or unknowingly. So take what resonates to you and your situation and leave the rest behind. Do not force anything to fit. And please just keep in mind, all of my readings are timeless, so they can apply to past, present, or future. Yeah. They're not learning. They're repeating a cycle. Like your twin is just they're struggling. Exactly. They're just struggling to find their way. And I feel like they're just gonna get to a point they may just end up settling for how things are. Sad. But, we all have free will. And, if it's a situation where your twin has karmic debts to pay back, you don't want to be in their energy right now. Drinking heavily just flew out again. I mean, it showed itself. It was on the back of the deck. I didn't take it, but now I have to take it because it flew out. So they're drinking heavily. Says false twin and third party is causing delays. Is jealous and causing delays. So you could have a twin that actually wants to come back to you. I was already feeling the energy, but your twin has clearly tied themselves to some type of karmic energy or a false twin. But they have unfinished business. I feel like a lot of times when this happens, if you have a twin and a karmic partner can come in and sway them into some type of relationship or partnership or something of that, then your twin has something they need to learn through that person. And ultimately that's what's happening. See, because one thing I will say is this: some lessons have to be learned through a karmic person. Like, there are certain lessons that my last person would not have been able to learn through me, just because of the heart that I have, how genuine I am. There are certain things he would have never learned in my energy. He would have only been able to learn if he was with somebody who was more manipulative or was a little bit more cold-hearted or whatever it may be. So sometimes things just have to be recalibrated in very mysterious ways for people to learn the lessons that they need to learn. Far too many. But what showed itself is prioritize self-care and go out with friends. So don't get so, detached from outcome and timeline. I just said it. I was just as I was about to say, don't get so caught up on, oh, my twin misses me and the empathy, the empathetic part of you will make you, sympathize for them. Twin flame showed itself again. Sympathize for them. They're struggling to find their way. They got tied to a karmic partner. I want to help them. I want to tell them. I want to blase blah. The best thing you can do to help your twin along on your journey, and this is just for those who even want a twin flame, because as I said, you have the option between two. And the soulmate or the twin flame. But don't get so caught up on, oh, they miss me, and oh, they're this, that, and the third. If you want to assist your twin flame in awakening, then you detach. Hold up. Hold up. Detach from the outcome and timeline and focus on yourself. Prioritizing, focusing on you. Prioritize your self-care. Prioritize your self-love. Prioritize healing and doing the inner work on you. And you'll make the space for them to do the same. But what I learned with the twin flame journey, trying to intervene and look, I'm just trying to teach you, and and if you just stand in your purpose, then that doesn't work. People have to find that on their own, within their own time. So for you, your twin could have triggered you while you guys were in union, and you're triggering your twin during separation. They need this time away from you to find their way, because they weren't going to find it with you. Unfortunately, there's just some lessons, there's some karma they have to clear out. There's some karmic lessons that they need to learn to even be able to be on your level. And at some point, that's why they say to detach from the outcome and the timeline, the outcome of the situation and the timeline. Because if you focus so much on, this is my twin, we need to be together because we're twins and that's just how it's supposed to be, then what you're going to do is you're going to stagnate your own growth. If you're vibrating here and your twin is vibrating down there, it's just not, you at some point you have to meet each other in the middle. So what's going to happen, because your twin hasn't done the work to meet you where you're at, you have to bring yourself down to their level. How are you evolving and elevating if you're stagnating your growth just to be able to cohabitate with your twin? You understand? So you're ultimately, you need to detach from the outcome. And in the meantime, in between time, enjoy yourself. Love on yourself. Go out with friends. Shit. Hook up with a soulmate. And I'm not saying to actually hook up with a soulmate, but you're going to have an option between a soulmate and a twin flame. But bear in mind, with the twin flame is that everything is based off of free will. So, and mutual healing. So your person, who knows how long it may take for them to heal. It may be fast. It may take some time. But those are just certain things that you have to keep in mind when you're considering, I want to be in a union with my twin flame. It can look a million different ways. Your twin can stay in karmic cycles and for the rest of their lives and have to try again the next lifetime. And this time, maybe you were the woman in this lifetime and he was the man in this lifetime. And maybe next time you'll come back as the man and he'll come back as the woman, and you'll try to do it again. You just never know. You never know. But your spirit guides, the universe, is asking for you to detach from the outcome and the timeline of the situation and focus on yourself. Focus on coming into union with yourself. That is the best way you can help your twin, is by doing the inner work on you. You are two halves of one soul. So what it is that you're doing for them is, their higher self is benefiting from it. Even if their ego self, even if they don't feel it, you are helping them. Even if it doesn't look like it. Okay. So I'm gonna stop here for my handwritten oracles, and let's just go on to spice it up, the Rebel deck. Oracle with an attitude. Oracle with an attitude. It's just like real unsugar-coated advice. Got a little couple swear words in it. Let's see what's going on. Divine spirit guides, angels, ancestors, cosmic family of the brightest love, light, healing, prosperity, and protection. Please give me clear and accurate messages for the collective. What is it that their divine spirit guides, angels, ancestors, and the universe want them to hear and know at this time? Please just block out any interferences as I get these messages across and protect my space. What advice do they want to give them to close out this reading, spirit? Baby, what you got can make me fall in love, and I don't know what it is, but it Let's see. It says, you're talented and fucking amazing. The world needs your power. Use your voice. Just don't use it for dumb shit. Okay. It's giving very much so. You have some hidden talents. You have a energy or aura or something that the universe can benefit from. So stand in that. This is the year to go for it. The year of prosperity, also the year of karma. So to those who, you know, closed out cycles with people who done them wrong and this, that, and the third, please understand 2024 is going to start off whooping their ass. Okay? Because 8, even though it is the, it's symbolic for, you know, prosperity, it is also the infinity sign. What goes around comes around. That's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. Tell me more, Spirit. Time to let go. Move the fuck on. That's somebody, and I don't even think that's advice. That's somebody's energy right now. Like, there's somebody who has just made the decision they don't want to be in the twin flame union anymore. They understand that their twin is in karmic energy. They understand that their twin may not wake up in this lifetime. And then it's like, even if they do, it's a possibility that you've done so much work. The chances of them being able to meet you where you're at is just like, it could be a little slim. If you've been spending the last year doing inner work, but your twin has been spending the last year repeating cycles over and over and over again, and is still struggling to find their way, then yeah, for some of you, it's like, I ain't even, okay, it's nice that they're thinking about me. It's, you know, it's nice that, shit, whatever, that they're missing me like hell, and that is they're actually not as happy as they make it seem. It's still like, I don't want it anymore. I just don't want it anymore. Some of you are already at the point where you have detached from the outcome in the timeline. You don't care to be with your twin anymore. And that's okay, because honestly, just being in a union with your twin is, as long as it pushes you to a spiritual awakening, it did still serve its purpose. Figure shit out on your own. Then it says, don't talk to anyone, don't look at anyone. You need some fucking time alone, and you know why. Because you need to process your it keeps coming up in the readings. There is unprocessed grief. There's unprocessed feelings and emotions. Hold on 1 second. All right, so yeah, ultimately, need some time alone so you can process your emotions, feel your emotions so you can heal from, you know, whatever you experience in this twin journey, like, you know, this twin flame journey. It's not easy to just, you know, to say, you know what, I don't want to be with my twin. That connection is, it's such a deep connection. It's not easy to just, you know, walk away from. So I could understand there could be some things that you need to heal tied to that as well. Let's see what else. All right. Aw. This is consistent. It says, get the fuck out of your head. Get in your heart. It misses you. See, what has happened for a lot of us, and I know what it is, it's like you dissociate. And when you dissociate, it's basically what you do to protect yourself from feeling it's almost like a, yeah, it's like a protection. It's like a protection mechanism. So like um say you experience something that really really hurts your feelings. Well, to stop you from actually feeling the emotions, what you do is you kind of it's like systems shut down. Like you start shutting, like your mind heart connection is cut off. So then that way it stops you from, like, I'm not going to say going into a shock, but really having to feel the full impact of whatever trauma that has happened. So what you do is you stay more in your head than in your body, because in your body is where you feel pain and you don't want to feel the pain, so you just stay in your head. This is why the you need some fucking alone time, and you know why came up, because a lot of you had went from, you closed out your cycle, you closed out whatever cycle that you feel like wasn't working for you anymore, and you may have hurt for like a day or so, but then from there you went straight into getting into something to keep yourself busy. Noise. You gravitated towards noise, figuratively speaking, not literally speaking. Money, going out with friends, new romantic partners, having sex, goals, whatever it may be, but whatever it is to keep you busy enough that you don't have to sit and feel your emotions. So your spirit is asking for you to get out of your head and to get in your heart. It misses you. It misses you. So sitting with yourself. It's natural for us when we're going through some type of trauma or pain to gravitate towards distracting ourselves from having to feel the heartache or pain. Like, I want to go out. I don't want to sit in the house. I need to go out. I need to be around people. It's a natural response sometimes. However, the pain and the trauma does not go anywhere. It is still stored in your body, in your soul. You have to allow those emotions to come up. And you have to put yourself in an environment to actually do it. If you know you have some downtime that you can sit with yourself, sometimes you need to cut off, social media is a good one too. Cut off the social media. I don't care if you got to delete some apps from your phone. That's what I have. I have to do that. Like, I can get so caught up in scrolling and being on social media, I'll have to delete the app. I'll just completely get rid of the app. And maybe that's something that you need to do. But sitting, like, your mind is telling you, oh, I need to stay busy, I need to be distracted, I need to da 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 da. And your soul is screaming for you to sit in stillness. Anything else? One more, spirit. Okay. It says, step away from the crazy making diet for a hot second. Kale and spirulina taste like ass. Spirulina is very nasty. It says, eat some yummy shit. Bacon, chocolate, beer, get some. So, and this doesn't even have to just be in regards to, like, your diet. If you just feel like, oh, I just want to, the straight, and maybe you want to spice it up and do something fun and out the box. Do it. Do it. Switch them up. It's nothing wrong. There is, and this is what I had to learn about myself too. Like, after a spiritual awakening, is I was just so love and light, so love light, which is amazing. I'm a light worker, so it's love, me being love and light. There's nothing wrong with that, but there's duality in everything. So even just being all love and light all the time is spiritually imbalanced, because there has to be moderation in everything. There has to be a balance of the two. So you can't just be, oh, light doing everything straight. No, sometimes your shadow needs to have a front seat for a little bit of time. For a little bit. Let your shadow have a front for the front seat for a day. balance in everything. There's duality in everything. That's why I like it when they say people who go through the ego death, your ego doesn't die. It doesn't really die. You just learn how to be able to identify what your ego is versus what your true self is. And you balance the two. You learn how to integrate the two. But this has been your reading collective. If this resonated in any way, shape, or form, please like, comment, and subscribe. It is a beautiful way to energetically donate back into my channel. But until next time, I love you all so, so much, and peace.